Welcome to the Empty Wagon Fantasy Football Podcast. It's Brad and Josh back in the studio. Pat's got a little pie phobia.
I heard he was sick at Topgolf, so he has to go do that tonight.
Yeah.
Surprise.
They don't sell any pie there, do they?
No, he's scared.
It's all good. It's all good. We're going to break down some Monday Night Football action. Preview an exciting Thursday game.
Is it?
It's football. And
Is it?
we got a lot of news to cover. Hopefully prepare you for your playoffs.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Yeah, most people's playoffs should be starting this week or maybe even next week, but you need to be prepared.
If you didn't make it, we're sorry. We hope that you tune in throughout the rest of this season.
Yeah, I'll give you some people to start in daily.
There's a lot that happens in the last 5 weeks of the season. So I understand a lot of people don't want to keep playing anymore. They're done. Last 4 weeks, excuse me. But you need to pay attention to the trends, the things that are going on. So don't give up on paying attention. I know you're out of it, but make sure that you're still in tune with what's going on. So I think we should talk about our own league real quick.
Okay, which league? Not the podcast league. We sucked in that one.
So, yeah, we did not make the playoffs in the podcast league, but we have a work league that we do together. 3 years in a row. You have been matched up with Rob. Rob is a fan of the show, and he called into the show once. And twice already, you have put him out of the playoffs. One time in the wild card round, the next time in the semifinals. This time you play him right in the wild card round, right out the bat.
I'm consistent in this league.
8-5.
8-5
every year.
3 years. 8-5.
Do you feel like you're going to continue your streak, especially because James Conner will not be playing this week?
I have no idea. I would like to say yes, but I have no idea.
It's
This is the first year I won't beat him with the player he traded me, though.
So you do feel like you're going to beat him?
Well, I mean, I'm going to feel like I got to win, but
You've already shunned him.
yeah, I didn't really shun him. It was the worst shunning ever.
You said
done.
shunned and then unshunned. And
Yeah.
shunned, and just like The Office. So that was cool going into work today, realizing that. I did lose this week in that league, but it didn't really matter for me. It did matter in the sense that the seating changed.
Yeah. Would you like to tell people we are in 5 leagues together?
Is it 5? Yeah, it's 5.
5 leagues together. And if both of us or either one of us that play this week, if we win, who do we play next week in the playoffs?
Next, each other.
Each other.
So 3 of the leagues, I'm the 1 seed. 1 of the leagues, you're the 1 seed. And I got the wild card in that league. So there's a good opportunity that we could play each other 4 times next week.
Yeah.
Which I don't.
You're super excited about.
I'm not excited about that at all. I want.
Super thrilled.
If I don't win a fantasy championship, I'm taking a week off from the show.
So I'll be doing solo shows.
And yeah, well, because Pat will be playing Topgolf, and I will just. I don't know what to do. Like it has to happen, right?
Yeah. I mean,
it's got a good shot. I mean, my dynasty team is
that's
solid.
probably what Steve Carell and the 40-year-old virgin thought.
Okay, so I did want to talk about that because I mean we care about you guys as fantasy teams, but we want to let you know what's going on with ours. We're having some decent years. We're having some of us are having some off years, but for the most part, all 3 of us are in playoff contention together. For the most part, in 3 to 5 leagues together.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're on track. We're doing well. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let's get ready for some news. Brad, are you ready about this news?
News?
Oh,
yeah. I guess that's our news drop. All right. News. So we talked about the Kareem Hunt thing already. One thing I do want to bring up is now the NFL is investigating 3 possible incidents with him.
That is not a good look.
Not a good look. Obviously, we'll wait till all the stuff comes out. I don't want to speculate on anything. But they signed Charkander Quest.
Oh, there you go.
Does this change anything with your outlook on Spencer Ware?
No, if anything, I think they're going to continue to use this RBBC, running back by committee, for those of you who aren't aware. So you expected Spencer Ware to come in, but he doesn't have the same pop that Kareem Hunt has. They're probably going to draft someone next year, but Spencer Ware is still going to continue to be the guy. But I'm expecting probably somewhere in the neighborhood of a 65-35 split between him and Williams.
Yeah, we can go back and look a couple years ago before Kareem Hunt got drafted there and the splits between Charcandrick West and Spencer Ware. And it was about that.
Yeah, it's about a 65-35.
Charcandrick West, I think he slides right into that third down passing down role.
So you think Williams gets relegated to the bench? Relegation.
Yeah, I do. I think Charcandrick West, Andy Reid likes him. Andy Reid trusts him. He knows Andy Reid's offense. It's not like it's anything new. I don't think there's going to be any learning curves when you sign a guy.
No one wants any curves. No one wants any curves.
Yeah, some people like curves.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right. Pittsburgh, man. James Conner, they have said he's out with an ankle now. It's not a leg contusion. It's an ankle.
No! God, please, no! No!
So, yeah, I mean, the funny thing is Mike Tomlin came out and said, it's not his ankle. He's fine. His ankle's fine. Mm-hmm. And then we find out today, oh, it's the ankle. We're going to keep him out a week.
Okay, so it's Jalen Samuel, right?
Jalen Samuels, and we expect him to take over the lead back role.
I have a question for you about him. In Yahoo, he is tight end eligible.
Which is great.
Would you, how high up on the tight end depth chart are you willing to start him over tight ends?
3.
Because I think that
3.
So Ertz and Kelsey are the only 2?
Yes.
Kittle?
I would start him over Kittle.
Wow.
He's a running back.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't even know his usage.
We know he's going to, so Mike Tomlin did come out and say he's going to use a running back by committee. But who else is on the committee?
Yeah, Mike Tomlin also said stuff about...
Yeah, Mike Tomlin is probably going to get fired.
I ain't going to get fired.
No, he won't get fired. I don't want to speculate on that.
But yeah, so you'll start him all the way above Kittle. I don't know if I'll start him above Kittle, but I think he is in that tight end.
So you think
4
he's
to 5.
4?
4 or 5. Depending on... Well, if you're a James Conner owner, you're probably starting him at running back.
I think you should play him at tight end. I mean,
if you have the option. If you have the option to...
So if you drafted James Conner, you drafted him as...
Well, you made a trade for him mid-season because you're a Bell owner.
But late.
But you're a Bell owner and you made a trade for him mid-season maybe when you started blowing up.
Did you think we would go into Week 14, round 1 of the playoffs, without James Conner or Le'Veon Bell, depending, without Kareem Hunt and without Melvin Gordon?
Not that much, but the Le'Veon Bell one, we've had seasons where we've lost him in the fantasy playoffs before.
That hurt. Last year was the injury to the quarterback position. Aaron Rodgers, Deshaun Watson. There were some other guys that got hurt.
And then Melvin Gordon's had issues with missing games already before in the past as well. Kareem Hunt's second year, so obviously we were all surprised, and it wasn't even an injury. There's no way to play him for that.
No, absolutely not. I don't know. I think Spencer Ware is still going to be the guy, but I think it's going to be an RBBC. And same thing with Pittsburgh. Jalen Samuels is going to be a lead back, but they might be prone to use Stephen Ridley a little bit. He has been a lead back before.
Stephen Ridley has. And that's where I do kind of worry about this, is because I think the Steelers are that type of team that likes, even though they want to say running back by committee,
they like having a guy.
A guy.
Which could be Jalen Samuels.
Because it was the bus. I mean, I know we're going back pretty far. The bus was the guy.
That's a long time ago.
They even had other guys there that were good.
D'Angelo Williams.
They had D'Angelo Williams. If Le'Veon Bell went down, that they could just
They had
ride.
Bell. They have had James Conner all year. They like to use one guy.
Yes, because they like to run a hurry up. You can't substitute when you're running a hurry up because the defense can sub.
Yeah, and if Big Ben don't like it, don't nobody like it.
Yeah.
If mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. That's a fact. All right, so next piece of news, Brad, what do you got?
We're going to skip this one and move on down because this one kind of ties into Monday night. But we'll talk about Kelvin Benjamin. Cut.
Yeah.
Did you hear what the coach said about him after the game?
That he's lazy?
No, that he needs to cut some fat off his routes.
Did he? No, he didn't say that.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Yes.
He needs to cut some fat off his routes?
Yeah.
Dude, Kelvin Benjamin just looks so...
obviously he was getting cut.
He just looks so disinterested in football.
Mm-hmm.
Kelvin Benjamin, I would be surprised if someone calls him up and says, hey, do you want to come play for us?
Is this a Jamarcus Russell thing? Do you think he's going to have to go to we've joked about the AAFL.
I think he could end up in the AAFL.
We keep throwing an L and there's no L at the end. It's
AAF. Yeah, the American Alliance of Football. So The Bills gave up a 3rd and a 7th rounder for that, and they clearly lost straight. Kelvin Benjamin hasn't produced at all. He's a bum. He's a lazy guy who did well in college, got drafted, and he did okay. But yeah, it's not good. Not good for Kelvin Benjamin. And they released another receiver.
Yeah, Holmes is gone as well.
Andre Holmes. He's
Andre
30
Holmes.
years old.
Yeah, he was an older veteran guy.
Did you know Benjamin was 28 years old? Almost 28 years old? I thought he was younger than that.
He played a lot at Florida State, right?
Yeah, he went to Florida State. Yeah, I
Yeah, he
remember
was
him
there for
playing
a
at
while.
Florida
He
State.
played. I think he played till senior year, and he got redshirted. So it's 5 years in college.
Yeah, I remember that.
And he's been around the league for a while. Like him and Mike Evans have been around.
I was at that game
Okay.
when he beat Auburn in the national championship. Oh my gosh!
Not that you were starting either one of these guys, but does it change any of the Josh Allen? Do you upgrade Zay Jones at all? Or are you still just hands off with that whole offensive situation?
I like Josh Allen.
Well, I do too, but it's not because of his arm. I mean, his arm's amazing, but
It's because of them legs. He's got those Chevrolet legs, those Lamborghinis, my friend. I love Josh Allen from that standpoint, only because he had 135 rushing yards this past week. That's amazing.
what about Zay Jones?
Zay Jones gets a boost, obviously, because there's
Is he a guy we're going to look at next year for the third-year breakout? Because this is his second year.
whoa. It's possible he gets the 3rd-year breakout, but I'm not with this offense yet. It's still in very early stages, and I'm not expecting a lot.
Okay, going into next year,
Okay,
you can have Cooper Kupp coming off the knee injury, or you can have Zay Jones.
Cooper Kupp.
You're not worried about the knee injury lingering next year?
No,
Okay.
don't even ask me that question.
Okay. I mean, these are both guys that are going into
Josh
the third year.
Jackson or Zay Jones?
No, he's not in his third year. I'm talking about guys going into
Josh Jackson will be in his 3rd year next year.
I thought this year was his third year.
I don't know.
Okay.
No, yeah, it'll be this year's 3rd year. You're
yeah,
right.
he's having his third year breakdown.
I've had 3 whiskeys, so
Yeah, that's okay. Math's hard.
Crown was on sale. All right,
All right, Deontay Foreman activated from the PUP could play this week.
I don't think he'll play this week. So they were very iffy about bringing him off of the PUP, and it appears to me that he is going to possibly be there for the playoffs, but he hasn't progressed very quickly. And he did tear his Achilles, and for a running back, that's a very difficult injury to come back
Yeah, but
from.
he's relatively young. It's not like he's an older running back.
Yeah, but the Achilles is a very important part of your lower body.
Kobe came back just fine from it.
Kobe did not actually come back just fine from that.
He played for a couple more years.
1 year.
Exactly.
That's not a couple.
Swan song, baby.
Didn't play well. He scored like 68 or whatever in that one game, but that's because the defense let him. They didn't even try. So
Kobe!
anyway. All right. Well,
No. So
That's a
Deontay
different
Foreman,
sport.
hold on, him being activated. If he is active for a game, obviously you probably don't want to start him. But does it worry about Lamar Miller? Because Alfred Blue already gets work as it is.
no, I think if anything, it takes away Alfred Blue.
Well, I know it takes away Alfred Blue, but Deontay Foreman is a guy that can actually break a play.
Yeah, but he
tore his Achilles
could.
running a 60-yard touchdown.
last year he could break a play. I'm really skeptical about this whole thing. I think they're still going to continue to ease him back. If it's going to hurt anyone, it's going to be Alfred Blue, not Lamar Miller yet. I'm not worried about that at all.
Okay. Raiders signed C.J. Anderson. Do you care?
Yeah, I care.
Why?
Look, Doug Martin has had the fumble issues. I understand Jalen Richard has that passing down role, but they signed him for a reason, and I think it's because they're kind of worried about what Doug Martin's bringing to the table right now.
Or is it because they just don't care and they need a roster spot? And they're trying to be the oldest team in the NFL. And
C.J. Anderson's not that old, and he had 1,000 yards last
is he
year.
29?
No, he's not that old.
I think he's 29, 30.
No. I'll look it up. You continue to talk, and I'll look up this whole C.J. Anderson.
Okay, I don't think it changes really much anything. If you're a Doug Martin owner and you're in the playoffs, maybe you kind of get a little worried, but not like you were relying on.
27.
Okay. Ooh.
2 years in the NFL is a big deal.
Then when's his birthday? When's he turn?
February.
Okay.
February 10th.
Okay.
Sir, 1991.
All right, reports are coming out of Tampa that they may set Deshaun Jackson the rest of the season.
Whew, that's good news for Chris Godwin.
Okay.
Because whenever D-Jax is out, Chris Godwin has big boy games.
He does. And Jameis never really, him and Djax never got on the same page, never were good together.
I don't think they like each other.
I don't know if it's I don't know if it's just, well, he's a wide receiver. And if you don't target a wide receiver, they don't like the quarterback. Facts.
Yeah, I really don't think Jameis and Djax get along. He hasn't been the same guy since Philly anyway. I don't care about Djax.
Okay. But you, like you said, Godwin gets a bump. Humphreys get a bump just because one less person on the depth chart to fight through.
Yeah, I like Humphreys a lot more than Godwin, but okay.
That's what I'm saying. But he gets even more of a bump now. Like, he's going to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Whatever.
Godwin is the main beneficiary of this thing, not.
Well, I don't
think it really impacts what Humphreys is doing. Jameis already has a connection with Humphreys. They're friends.
I'm saying getting on the field though.
They're buddies.
When Deshaun Jackson's on the field or active, he's on the field a lot. So that takes away from Humphreys or Godwin getting on the field.
Yes.
And that's where I'm talking about him. Help him out. Give him a bump.
Yes, sir.
Give him that bump, you know. All right. Speaking of bumps.
I'm not prepared. I really am not.
Not prepared.
Yep, not prepared. All right. Marquise Goodwin.
We're glad he's back from his personal issues.
He reported back to the team.
So this immediately affects the offense in San Francisco. But I believe they have a tough matchup this week. Who are they playing this week?
I knew you were going to ask me that. And of course, I didn't pull it up.
Sorry, sir.
Like you said, we're not
I
prepared.
want to say they're playing the Rams this week.
They are.
Yes, they're playing the Rams this week. So that's not good.
Well, they're going to have to score points. So they're going to be throwing the ball
They're going to
around.
have to. I don't think Nick Mullins is going to score 400 or throw for 400 yards.
He might. Because he has to.
He won't.
You throw the ball 80 times because you're down.
So Marquise Goodwin is back. Do you think this affects Dante Pettis negatively?
Oh, never mind. They don't. They play the Broncos.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Chris Harris Jr. might be out, though.
he's a slot corner.
Chris Harris Jr. is an everything corner.
Broncos might make the playoffs, y'all. I'm not messing around. 10-6. We could do this.
Hey,
Let's go, boys.
Hold on. Wasn't it you? Like, you don't even know who your team plays? Who? Last week when I was talking about Chargers playing?
I don't
Thanks,
recall.
man. Thanks a lot.
I don't recall that.
Wow, way to go.
I don't recall that.
Way to go.
I've had 3 whiskeys.
Yeah. All right, so the Niners play the Broncos. Goodwin. Would you add him to your bench?
Yeah. No. Marquise Goodwin, no.
You're not adding him to your bench?
Dante Pettis, yes. Not Marquise Goodwin.
What if you're a Kelvin Benjamin owner?
Are you a Kelvin Benjamin
I
owner?
don't know. I'm just saying.
Maybe in an 18-team dynasty.
You're a Djax owner. You held on Djax because he had some big games earlier this season.
Yes.
You haven't been starting him. But
Yes. Okay.
for a bench.
In that situation, yes, sure.
Okay.
I'm not starting him.
No, but I'm saying, would you stash him? Like, just throw him on the bench, see what happens, see if anything clicks.
Sure.
If not, you dump him.
Sure.
You dump him like a fat chick on prom night.
Oh, she's a sweetheart.
Yeah. But you did what you need to do with her and sent her on her way. That's all we need to say about that.
I was going to talk about my junior prom for a minute.
Okay.
Anyway.
We don't need to go down that memory lane. All right, last bit of news is kind of we're going to cover. It kind of goes in with Monday Night Football. Colt McCoy broke his leg. Second quarterback for the Redskins to break their leg.
Oh, my gosh.
And they also lost another guard to the IR.
Of course. Well, they said that that Colt McCoy could come back in a month, in 4 weeks. They won't make the playoffs, so it doesn't
The
matter.
report I read said the coach said it's not good.
Now, Mark Sanchez is the starter
Woo!
now. And did you know he's finally come full circle? He had the butt fumble, and now he's recovered a fumble with his butt.
I don't like you talking bad about the highest rated QBR playoff quarterback.
That's not true.
He is.
Prove it.
Look it up. Look up ESPN's QBR rankings
I
for
don't care
playoffs.
about ESPN's QBR. That's bullcrap.
They play the Giants this week.
Still not starting Sanchez.
Would you start the Giants' future defense against the Sanchez?
Yes. The Sanchez? We're not calling him that anymore. No. Yeah, of course I would start the Giants defense. I feel good about it, too. So, Mark Sanchez can only get you a field goal. That's it.
What are you talking about? First play came in, they scored a touchdown.
Did he?
I said they. He called the play and
He didn't.
He turned and handed it off.
One hands off the ball like Mark Sanchez. Yes, AP scored a 90-yard touchdown on the first play that Mark Sanchez was in the game.
So,
And
therefore,
no one cares.
he was part of the play.
Yes. And that was the longest run of AP's career. In
Yeah.
the twilight of his career.
And how many yards did AP get on the day?
I don't have that information. Like 128 maybe?
No, he got 98 yards.
No, he didn't.
Yes.
No.
9 carries, 98 yards and 1 touchdown with a 90-yard run.
Shut the front door. So he rushed for 8 yards.
Yes, other than his 1 90-yard run.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That's Lamar Miller's stat right there. All right.
So like you said, Sanchez was not good. Getting to Monday Night Football here, Sanchez was bad. He threw an interception. Adrian Peterson, we talked about that. Chris Thompson, first game back, really underwhelming. Rushed for 3 yards and only 3 catches for 18 yards.
Yes. And the Redskins had to go out and sign another backup quarterback today.
Yeah,
Josh Jackson.
I don't
Josh
care.
Johnson.
don't care.
Okay. Well, he was on the AAF.
Who cares?
So are you going to be in an AAF fantasy football league?
Are we going to do one?
I think we should.
I feel like
Starts in February.
Oh, no, we'll see.
I'm
See.
doing
We'll
it.
see if any site does
I'm
it.
doing it, and I will be champion.
If it's on Sleeper, I'll try it
because I'm drafting Christian Hackenberg first round
because you can't hack it.
because he can't hack it. All
right.
right, that's enough of that.
Jordan Reed was 4 for 21. This whole Washington offense is just bad.
Yeah, they're doo-doo garbage.
It's bad.
Well, Adrian Peterson had a good game.
And next week they play the Giants, who have a terrible run defense. Do you want to start him
No, come on.
on technically a short week?
No.
Would you start him over Jalen Samuel?
Start Peterson over Samuel?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'd start Samuel.
Okay.
Would I start him over Eckler? Yes.
Okay.
Eckler didn't impress me.
What about Marlon Mack against Houston?
I would start Adrian Peterson.
All right. That's about it.
Okay.
Shady
Yeah, you can't start
against the
Shady.
Jets.
I still have him on a roster, just,
You have to.
because he was my third-round pick.
All right. Then we'll get into the Eagles side of the ball. Carson Wentz didn't start the game off looking good. Didn't really look good. Fantasy numbers were okay.
So Josh Adams is the straight-up 100% bell cow.
Except for the fact that Darren Sproles ripped off a 14-yard touchdown run and sold the touchdown.
He just came in there and
they
punctured that touchdown.
and they went for a 4th and 1, and they didn't get the touchdown with Josh Adams trying to punch it in.
Nope, but he's a vulture.
Yeah.
Darren Sproles is. Josh Adams is in standard, Josh Adams is a great play.
Yes.
20 carries, I'll take that all day.
Yeah, and he is getting the goal line touches. So they did give him goal line carries. They didn't get to punch it in, but he did get the goal line carries.
Absolutely.
Carson Wentz threw an interception in the red zone too, which probably took away from Josh Adams. Because you got to think, in the red zone, Josh Adams breaks off 5-yard run, could fall in the end zone.
Yes.
Knight looks really good. The big news of the day, though, Golden Tate.
Yep.
7 for 85 and a touchdown.
The best game he's had as an Eagle.
It's the best game he's had in a while.
Which is ironic because I actually had to go against him and I was expecting maybe 6 points, 7 points. I was wrong.
23 points?
7 for 85 and a touchdown, my friend.
Yeah.
In PPR, that is a great day. Well, it's a decent day.
There's no Keenan Allen day.
It's no Keenan Allen day, but it was all right. Yeah.
And then Zach Ertz, 9 for 83. Zach Ertz still the target leader there. Not worried about Zach Ertz at all.
What was interesting is that Zach Ertz and Golden Tate, who occupy pretty much the same area of the field, both had a decent day and 16 receptions between the two of them.
Yeah. Well, we know that Carson Wentz likes throwing over the middle to the guy. Like Dallas Goedert, we've seen good games out of him this year. And Zach Ertz in the same game. We've seen... And Zach Ertz is a tight end that can get a mismatch. He can go deep. Can go run an out route. He's not just a one-dimensional tight end.
Nope.
Cool.
He is not a one-dimensional tight. He is...
Nelson Aguilar, 4 for 56. Do you care? He had 8 targets.
I don't care.
8 targets for Nelson Aguilar?
I don't
Where
care
is
about
Alshon Jeffrey? Where did he go?
He's done. They got Golden Tate now.
Yeah.
They're going to use him for this playoff push because he's a better receiver. He's better than Alshon.
Do you think Alshon could still have those big games? Do you think he's a boom or bust?
Yes.
Is he what Kenny Golladay was when Golden State was still in Detroit?
Don't say that to me. No. Kenny Golladay is better than Alshon.
No, but the roles were very similar.
Alshon is not quite the same player that Kenny Galladay is.
They're big play, deep threat.
Aguilar is the big play guy.
No, Aguilar's another slot guy. He's a fast guy.
No.
But Alshon's a contested catch guy. The guy they're going to throw up and throw the ball to.
But you got to
like Kenny Galladay was when Golden Tate was there. The way they were using him. The way they were using him in Detroit.
Okay, sure. But Alshon is not a high percentage catch guy anyway.
Yeah, it's hard when there's DBs.
I think last year he got, 56% of catches? Mm-hmm. Awful.
Yeah, but when you look at those catches, when there's DBs draped all over you.
Yeah, and he earned himself a nice big paycheck, but Alshon Jeffrey is not the guy that I want to bank my fantasy playoffs on. If I have another option, I want to go in a different direction.
Okay. So, you're starting Golden Tate over Alshon Jeffrey in this offense from now on. After this one game.
Yes. Because he's better than Alshon Jeffrey. Alshon Jeffrey hasn't had a good game in about 6. Why are you shaking so bad?
I'm just messing with the mouse.
You're making me nervous over there. He's shaking like Michael Fox.
No, I'm just shaking. I'm shaking the mouse because when you do it, it makes it bigger.
Oh, I was very worried about Michael J. Fox. I was like, do you have Parkinson's right now?
Maybe. It's not a thing to joke about.
I want to get you checked out.
Okay, get me checked out.
Because I care.
So flash it up my butthole. Whatever you got to do, man.
All right. Well, that's it for that game. We can move on to the Thursday night football game.
I just think it's funny you jumped right back on the Golden Tate bandwagon.
He hasn't. Neither one of them been great, but at least he was targeted.
I guess.
Okay.
All right, we got Jacksonville at Tennessee. A good old AFC South showdown.
Is it?
The 4-8 Jacksonville Jaguars defending AFC South champions versus the Tennessee Titans at 6-6. Over under of 37.5. I have no way to hype this game up. Even ESPN's preview has Blake Bortles as a player to watch, even though he's not going to play in this game.
We'll start with Jacksonville. Cody Kessler, starter sit.
Setting him. What would you?
Okay, that's all we need to know.
Leonard Fournette?
Start.
Okay.
Obviously. Even though Tennessee's pretty good against opposing running backs.
So they used to be. They haven't been their last 3 games. They've been getting torched.
They have been getting torched, but we expect them to try and step up in a winnable game. I mean, the Jacksonville Jaguars just won their last game 6-0.
Okay.
But Leonard Fournette is a must start, especially if you have him in the landscape where we have lost 3 top 12 running backs in the past week.
Yeah.
So him, Carlos Hyde, sit for you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not starting any other body.
Relegated to the bench. TJ Yeldon.
I'm setting him.
Not even a flex play?
No, not with Fournette back.
Okay. Dante Moncrief.
If you're super desperate for wide receiver, but I think there's way better options out there.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, unless you want to talk about Oshag Hennessy.
Ooh.
I don't want to start Oshag Hennessy. Okay, so
these Tennessee defensive backs are bad, so Moncrief could break off a big touchdown catch.
That's what he does.
If you're in a playoff matchup and you shouldn't have made the playoffs and you're going up against a really good team, I would probably roll a dice on Moncrief getting me a long touchdown catch.
Yeah, so if you're a playoff team and you're, let's say, 7-6, 8-5, and you are playing a much better team, you need upside.
Let's say you're maybe even a Kareem Hunt owner and you lost your...
You have to shoot your shot, man.
Yeah.
What did Michael Scott say?
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, Wayne Gretzky.
Bingo.
Michael Scott.
Bingo. See, I like how we're on the same page with that. We did that with earlier today with Ric Flair.
Yeah.
And I love it. That's why we're best friends.
All right, Tennessee side of the ball. Jacksonville's defense stepped up last week. They shut down Andrew Luck.
He doesn't know we're best friends. All right.
Oh, you said it. I don't need to agree with something that's true.
Okay, boom.
All right.
Sorry, Rob.
So, do you think Jacksonville's defense, that's the real Jacksonville defense we saw last week? Do you think we're going to see another defensive stand like that this week?
I think what happened was they were so pumped about Blake Bortles not being their starting quarterback, they decided to show up. Jalen Ramsey showed up. AJ Bouye is there. I think there's a high possibility that this defense steps up again this week and has a pretty decent showing against the Tennessee Titans.
All right, Marcus Mariota's looked good last couple weeks. Do you want to start him this week?
No. No, I don't want to.
But would you? Would you start him over
Baker Mayfield?
Baker, yeah.
No. And Baker had a bad week.
What about Tom Brady? He's been better than Tom Brady the last few weeks.
I wouldn't start him over Tom.
Okay. Eli?
Yeah, I would start him over Eli.
Okay.
I don't trust Eli. Who are the Giants playing this week?
The Redskins.
Yeah, I would start him over
It's going
Eli.
to be a gross game.
If you're starting Mariota and you're a playoff team,
Would you start him over Stafford? Marcus Mariota.
who are the Lions playing?
Cardinals.
No, I would start Stafford.
Okay. What about Mitch Trubisky if he's back?
Oh, Mitch?
They play the Rams on Sunday night.
Mitch?
Okay.
Come on.
What about Kirk Cousins? He's kind of been a little
Who are they
doo-doo.
playing? Are they playing the?
Seahawks, Monday Night Football.
I like Kirk better than I like Mariota,
Okay.
and I don't. It's weird. The quarterback landscape this year is kind of weird.
There's nothing like consistent.
Yeah, it's
Patrick Mahomes is consistent, but that's it.
Patrick Mahomes and then the field. Like
Yes.
it's not,
Last year it was, hey, Alex Smith in the field.
which is unbelievable.
So
And he might not even have a career anymore. Okay, let's get back to this. Now,
Okay.
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry or Deion Lewis, which one do you want to start? If you have to start one.
Can I go with neither?
No, you have to start one. They're literally the only two running backs available for you to start.
I'll go with Henry. And I don't feel
for
good
the-
about it.
Touchdown, goal line touchdown work.
That's it.
don't-
Because I don't feel good about it. Neither one of them have impressed me as of late. Yeah, man. I mean, even Deion Lewis only got 2 catches for -2 yards. Even Henry had more work.
Yeah.
2 for 5.
Exactly. And in a game where you said that Tennessee thinks it's a winnable game, they're going to try to just beat up that defense as much as they can.
So Taywan Taylor, 3 for 104 last
No.
week. No? Okay.
No, AJ Boye is going to say, let's go.
Tajay Sharp,
No.
Corey Davis.
I think Jalen Ramsey grabs a hold of Corey Davis and rides him like a wild horse.
Rides him like Seabiscuit?
Yeah, I don't go that far, but yeah.
Did we hear that recently?
Yeah, we did. We'll talk about that off air.
All right, Firsker. Tight end.
I mean, no.
Jonnu Smith.
No. You can beat Tennessee. So if you want to play for a touchdown upside, Johnny Smith is the tight end I'm going with here in this game. If you have started. But I feel like with a full slate of games, you can pick a better tight end somewhere.
Okay, so now that we're done with this game, which doesn't have a lot of
You start
fantasy-
either defense. Hold on.
I'll start Jacksonville and Tennessee's
Yeah.
defense.
With the turnovers possibly.
Yeah, I'll start both defenses in this game. I feel good about it. So let's talk about what's going to happen this week. Fantasy playoffs. I mean, there are some big implications. We got a lot of backup running backs in the game this week, and we need to make sure that we're giving out good advice.
And there's a lot of kind of weird matchups out there. We got the Ravens Ravens are playing at the Chiefs. Reason I'm bringing this up is the Ravens try to control the clock. They run the ball a lot, right? Chiefs are terrible against the run.
They're terrible against
Oakland just put up 30-some points on them.
33 to 40.
So like Lamar Jackson, whichever running back starts are healthy, you kind of already hitting at Ty Montgomery. It's passing down work.
It's Chiefs and Chargers.
That's next week. You're a week ahead. We're in week 14.
Am I a week ahead? Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, sorry. I'm so sorry. Sir.
You're good.
Oh, crazy.
Because we just talked about that being a Thursday night game.
Yeah, I'm losing my mind. I'm sorry.
That whiskey's getting to it.
I jumped the gun on that one there, boys. Chiefs and Ravens. This is going to be an interesting matchup.
Yeah. So like Ravens defense, you can't start the Ravens defense, correct?
You cannot start an opposing defense against Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
I feel like 40 touchdowns?
The Rams did good against him though.
40 touchdowns
Yeah.
against Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah. They put up double-digit points. Both those defenses in that game because
They scored the touchdowns
yes.
on the intercept. But
Yes.
the Ravens defense is good. And
Yes.
they believe in Lamar Jackson. They've ripped off 3 straight in a row.
Another crazy thing, since you said the defense is good, and we bring up Patrick Mahomes, do you set Patrick Mahomes for any quarterback this week? I'll let you scroll through the schedule real quick.
I'm looking at the schedule right now.
It's
Patrick Mahomes or no.
Drew Brees against the Buccaneers.
Maybe Deshaun Watson.
But even then, like, what?
Drew Brees. But
Phillip
why?
Rivers against the Bengals. But even then, you don't think Phillip Rivers is going to get the
But why?
Exactly.
You have to start Patrick. He's a must-start quarterback in a landscape.
Pittsburgh at Oakland? Oh, I think Pittsburgh could do that defense.
Oh, man. No, I still feel like Patrick Mahomes, he's got 40 touchdowns in the season.
Okay.
And with 4 weeks left.
And then we have the Rams, who, if you're in the fantasy playoffs, you probably have some Rams players in your team. You probably got Todd Gurley, Jared Goff,
Robert Woods, Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, so many options there, right?
Yeah.
They play the Bears on Sunday Night Football.
I would start Mahomes over Goff.
Oh, I know that. No, yeah, I'm not even talking about that. But Bears are the best against running backs. Obviously, you're not setting Todd Gurley.
You can never sit Todd Gurley. He got you here.
Do you get away from Jared Goff?
So I had this discussion with Pat earlier today, and he was saying, do you want to start Jameis Winston against the Saints or Jared Goff against the Bears?
The biggest thing I remember is Jameis Winston at home against the Saints. It's not at the Saints.
So the problem with this is that if you have a game where you expect Jameis Winston to do well, he will screw you because you're expecting it. So Jared Goff in this matchup against the Bears, I feel like it's a safer play.
Mm-hmm.
Winston could have more upside.
What about Russell Wilson, who plays the Vikings on Monday Night Football? Vikings defense has been...
They're humming right now, man.
And you know Russell Wilson doesn't throw the ball a lot.
Russell, he threw it 17 times.
If Xavier Rhodes plays...
Rhodes closed.
Do you worry about Tyler Lockett? He's a one big play, and if Rhodes is just covering him like...
The roads are closed.
But if he's out, obviously, this all changes.
Yeah,
There's some matchups out there. Like the Lions.
So you're saying Jared
the Lions
Goff,
only have one healthy skill position player. It's Kenny Golladay, right?
Yes.
And Kenny Golladay doesn't play in the slot, if I remember correctly from watching most of his route trees.
True.
Patrick Peterson's probably going to say, hey, Kenny G, come on this way.
Yes.
Do you worry about Kenny G this week against Patrick Peterson?
Yes. It's a tough week, man. I mean, there's some injuries that have seriously hampered your team probably at this point. But you need to understand, you need to play the matchups.
Mm-hmm.
If you know Xavier Rhodes is on the other side, Patrick Peterson's on the other side.
And you know they're going to shadow. Because,
absolutely,
there's nobody else for Patrick Peterson to cover.
Absolutely. If you got, the Rams have great DBs now that
Peters was a little banged up in the last game. I don't know if he got pulled.
Patrick Peters is back. Not Patrick Peters.
Marcus Peters.
Aqib Talib, they're back. But they did a pretty good job last game with Aqib being back.
Yeah. Granted, it was against Detroit, who has only one skill position player.
Yes.
Healthy.
But you need to look at these matchups. I mean, it's important. The Texans, I actually believe the Texans probably have a great defense, and they're going to work on shutting T.Y. Hilton down and getting to.
Do you think the Packers make a statement this week against the Falcons at home?
Not with Philbin.
You don't think so? You don't think they come out? You don't think Aaron Rodgers gets maybe a little more control of the offense, gets to have a little more say?
He already had plenty of control. Didn't you read the reports where he was changing plays?
Yeah, but he can't affect personnel that's out there with him. He can change a play, but if Aaron Jones is in the backfield and that's who he wants to get the ball to.
I swear, if freaking Jamal Williams starts this game, I will lose my mind. I was trying not to cuss right there because I'm very upset. And that will prove to me that Philbin clearly doesn't want a job.
Yeah. It's the playoffs. It's do or die time. You got to set your best lineup.
You have to.
Don't get cute. This isn't the time of year to get cute.
No.
Because if you try to get cute right now, you're going to all the work you did this whole season's done and over with.
You know what got you here. You start your studs and you play the matchups on your flexes and your wide receiver 2s or your RB2s. But you start your studs. There's no question about it.
Okay. I do want to get a little bit, since you have some buys this week, how are you approaching this week?
I'm taking the week off.
So are you looking at waiver claims? Are you looking at anything?
Of course I'm looking at waiver claims. I'm looking to upgrade any possible position that I can, including defense, kicker.
So go ahead, because you don't care about this week. So you're looking ahead straight to next week, go to next week's matchups, looking at defenses for next week, right?
I'm looking at defenses. I'm looking at handcuffs. Handcuffs are so important at this time of the year.
Would you be willing this week, since you're not playing,
okay,
to dropping your kicker to pick up a handcuff this week in case one of your players goes down this week when you're not playing?
Dropping my kicker?
Yeah, let's say I'm not.
I have so in a lot of leagues I have like a Will Lutz,
but it's a kicker.
or a Kaimi Fairbairn.
But it's a kicker. I mean, it's a kicker.
Kickers, whenever you have kickers, they are important in your leagues. I'm a firm believer in it because a kicker can swing your entire game.
Yeah, Rojas is just good, and Greg Zuerlein's outscored those guys by points. But we see Jason Myers has had like 30-point games at kicker. I mean, would you be willing to drop a kicker or somebody on your team this week? Maybe you drop your kicker Sunday, right before waivers, they lock for waivers for somebody. That way you don't have to fight the waiver wire for your handcuff.
Okay.
So you're an Aaron Jones owner, and you're like, well, I don't want Aaron Jones to go down.
If he goes down, Jamal Williams doesn't impress me anyway. I don't know. It just depends on the makeup of your team. If you have a weak kicker.
All right, you're a Todd Gurley owner.
Okay.
And you have just a middle-of-the-road kicker. You got the Dallas kicker, let's say.
Maher,
who's been middle of the road.
He's okay. Okay.
You got him. Would you drop him this week for John Kelly?
100%.
In case anything happens to Todd Gurley.
Unless you have Greg Zuerlein, Will Lutz, or Kaimi Fairbairn, who are like the top 3 kickers, you can totally pivot and pick up a handcuff this week.
Yeah, this isn't a strategy I've ever talked to you before. I just want to see your because get an extra bench spot to grab a guy.
I agree, but you got to understand. So the kicker landscape is pretty.
You don't have to be kicker. Let's say you've been streaming defense and you just got some random defense on your team.
Yeah, I'll drop a defense.
Okay, there we go.
But I will also look towards week 15 if I have the bye, and I will see which defenses have a good matchup. Broncos have a great rest of season schedule. I love the Baltimore defense. I think they have a great rest of season schedule as well.
What about the Bills?
I think the Titans have a great rest of season schedule.
What about the Bills? The Bills this week, they play the Jets. Next week, they got the Lions.
Nope.
You don't like that?
I can't trust the Bills.
Okay. It's a good defense.
No, I understand it, and I wish that I could trust them.
And then they get I'll make sure I'm reading this right here so I don't mess this up. They got the Jets, Lions, and then the Patriots in championship games. So obviously not starting them there, but
I think a defense you should honestly target is the Titans because they play Jacksonville this week, the Giants next week, and the Redskins the week after that. That is a great rest of season schedule.
The Seahawks, if somebody dropped them this week in your league because they're playing Minnesota, they play the 49ers again next week.
Yep.
That's a defense to go after.
You have to start paying attention to these things.
A defense you can drop is the Panthers. Their rest of season stinks.
They've dropped 4 in a row.
Well, no, but have you looked at their defensive matchups? So next week they have the Saints. You are not starting them there.
Nope.
I mean, even though they're at home and Drew Brees hasn't been good at home, you're still not starting them against. And then they got the Falcons. And if you have a week 17, they got the Saints again.
Yeah, you can drop the Panthers.
They have the Browns this week, so if you really want to start them against the Browns.
No, I don't think you should because I think Baker and that offense is going to come back together after he threw those interceptions and he had a bad first half last week. I think they're going to come out focused, and the Browns are going to surprise some people this week. I think you can start Antonio Callaway this week.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I think he's got the yips.
Nope.
He's got the popcorn on his fingertips.
We'll see. Well, whenever we preview everything on Thursday night, whenever Pat gets
There's There's 2 Saturday games next week.
2 Saturday games? This week or next week?
Next week.
Okay, well, I don't care about that.
All right, we'll get to that.
I got so many buys, I don't even care.
Oh, so many buys, I don't care. My name's Josh Hughes. I may win a championship this week, or I'm going to go put myself in a cocoon and turn into a big old butterfly.
I never said any of that. All right, so I'm glad we talked about that. All right. So thank you so much for tuning in to the Empty Wagon Fantasy Podcast. Hit me up at FF Josh Hughes, at Tack Jones, and at HattrickPat37. Even though he's not here, he'll still answer your fantasy questions. We have Empty Wagon FF and Empty Wagon Pod on Instagram. We want to hear from you guys. We want to help you win your leagues. Please make sure you tune in. We love you.
Bye.
Later, guys.